Hello guys, today I will show you how—
Nah, I'm just joking, I'm not that kind of YouTuber. Step 1. Pause the video and click on the first link in the video description. Fill out the fan gate so that you can get the Rumble pack. In the pack I have included all the samples and presets you will need for this tutorial. Step 2. Drums. Open up a new project, change the tempo to 140 beats per minute, go to bar 17 and drag in the Rumble kick. Here. And so this pattern just repeats. Yeah. Next up is the rim, get it on every third beat of every bar. Do the same for the snare. Next, drag the Rumble hat into the project and create this little hi-hat groove right here. If you haven't already, go download the Kilohertz Essentials, they're all free. I'm going to create a little automation clip for the shift. Some additional effects, get the tambourine on every fourth snare and rim hit. So it sounds like this. Now also get the rim and the snare together, copy it into this location. Bounce those two together, reactivate those, cut the new audio really short, loop it, bounce that out again, get the fade tool, put a little fade. There you go. And that's almost it for the drums. Now get the Rumble blip into the project, line it up with every second rim and snare, here and here. Put a reverb, yeah, about a second I guess is good. Also here's a friendly reminder to save the project. For the intro we are going to drag in the Rumble click. Get the Rumble click on every first and third beat. Now put the Rumble blip over the second, fourth and sixth Rumble click. And then that's for the drums in the intro. After the drop we get 4 bars of no drums followed by 4 bars with just the hat and the blip. So get the blip on every third here. And then after that we go into the second drop. That's it for the drums. Let's get to the most important step of this tutorial, the bass. In the pack I've included a Rumble FXP, so that's a Serum preset and a Rumble Vital preset. I'm going to open up a Serum, load preset, open, there you go, and here it is. Place a long note beginning on the second beat of the first bar in the drop. I'm then sending that bass through a multi-band compressor, just messing around until I like it. Then I'm also sending that through a limiter, just to make it even, because it's not even at the moment. There we go. And there you have it. Kind of clips with the kick, kind of sucks. How can we fix that? In theory, we could now sidechain this with a shaper box, and that will be complicated, and I hate that. And because the track is so simple, what we can actually do instead is just control bounce. Use Command T to cut it up whenever a kick is playing. Select those parts where the kick and the bass clash. Come over here into the region section. Give it a fade in of like 100 with maximal curve, so that it actually looks like a sidechain curve. And then that actually kind of works. So of course you could do the exact same thing with the Rumble preset in Vital. Control bounce, looks pretty similar because that's what it's supposed to look like. Cut it up here and here, region, fade in, 100, 99 curve. And so then you can decide whether you want the Vital Rumble or the Serum Rumble. Doesn't really matter. Next up, to spice things up a little bit, let's add some layers to the Rumble to make it more interesting. Here for instance is a mini submarine passing. You might be asking, the fuck are you doing, bro? And the answer to that is, if you've downloaded the Kilohertz Essentials like I told you, you can just put a trans gate on basically any sound and it will complement the Rumble if you just deactivate this and this on the standard preset. And so this Transgate plugin is basically the key to the whole sound design of the whole track, if you will. I also included an audio file called Rumble High-End in the pack, which is basically exactly what I've just told you about. But one very important thing is missing, and that's the bass shot at the beginning. Without anything, it sounds like this. Give it a very, very harsh high cut. Put a little automation on it and also give it a little fade out at the end. Copy paste, there we go. For the intro, take a part of the Rumble bass, copy to a new track, put it so that it starts on the 4th beat of bar 9, on the 4th beat of bar 10, on the 4th beat of bar 11. Then there's a little break of 1 bar, so it starts again here. And then there's also a little bit of a low cut frequency automation going on, so that towards the drop we get rid of the sub bass. And in the intro you can hear some very interesting layers on top of the bass. I'm just going to drag some kind of an ambience in here. This is from VNCNT. But this could be anything really, because the transgate is what does the trick again. So the bass ends here and there's like one little hit of this ambience that goes one further. Then after the drop we get the same bass but with other top layers. But in this case the bass hit is like one less, so it's this. Kid is in the jungle, kid is in the jungle, kid is in the jungle. Hey. After that we get this little cut up bass groove right here. Good. Next step, effects, sound effects, samples, little things and whatnot. In the pack I included a hey chant, just drag and drop that in. Get it on the last 4th of the drop, so here. Put a shitload of reverb on that, and by a shitload I mean a shitload of reverb. Compress it heavily through an OTT, bounce that out, normalize the file, cut it up, give it a little fade in, a little fade out, make it a bit quieter, and there we go. You can also kind of hear this creeping in before the drop, so take this sample, put another load of reverb on it. Gonna bounce that out. Gonna take this audio file, reverse it, make it end at the drop, make it begin at bar 11, put a little fade in. Then into the sample pack, I also put a reverb clap, position it on the second fourth of the 12th bar. Next, in the breakdown, we get a little breath and then a lion thing. So I've included the rumble lion in the pack. Again, just drag and drop that into the project. And also the rumble breath. Put the rumble breath kind of a little bit before the third fourth of bar 28, and then put the rumble lion on the fourth beat of bar 28. By the way, don't forget the mini submarine in this part over here. Also, before the second drop, make sure to get the reverbed, reversed hey chant again. Then I also put a noise impact into the pack. Just drag and drop that into the project. Put it so that it happens at the beginning of bar 9 and bar 13. And also copy it over to bar 25 and make it a little bit shorter so that it goes like this. Also, additionally, in the build-up, we get this different kind of ambience. I'm just going to take this one, also a vengeance ambience. I'm going to drag and drop that into the project because we get these like things in between. I'm just gonna put an equalizer on this ambience, which looks like this, probably. Don't forget the transgate. Just copy it like this. Alright, that's that. Next step, vocals. Hear the rumble. Hear the rumble, yeah, yeah. Hear the rumble. I'm taking it. I don't really care, dude. Let's put a little pitch correction on that. Vocal transformer plus 12 on the pitch, plus 6 on the formant, something around that range. Put a little OTT on that. And a little Valhalla room. Duplicate this audio layer that we have prepared with our vocal. In Logic, you can do that by hitting Command D on the keyboard, by the way. I'm going to copy these two over here. Select no output for the output, then send this to a bus. But we're not going to take bus 1, we're going to take bus... Where is it? Ah, here it is. There we go. Nice. Put a Valhalla room on that. Make it pretty long, like, I don't know, whatever, like 3 seconds. Make it 100% wet so that you only get the reverb. And then also put the transgate on here again. You can also right click on the bus and then go create track. And now you have the bus as a track right here. And then we can also now in the mixer just select it and do stuff with it. So I can just copy over the transgate again. There we go. If you can't hear anything, that's because you forgot to turn this thing up. So you have to turn it up. And then you can hear this like stuttering vocal reverb in the background. If you want to, you can also put an OTT after the transgate just to make it a little bit more audible and make that longer. Copy the first part of the vocal and move it right before the drop. Cut out the vocal when the drop happens, but only the vocal that you can hear, like the dry vocal, and the transgated reverb can stay going into the drop. So it sounds like this. Then in the middle of the drop, keep the reverb with the transgate, but completely eliminate the dry vocal. Do the same in the second drop. Then also right before the drop, sort of the pre-drop vocal, we do have 2 layers, so the top layer, but also like a lower layer, so an octave lower. So I'm just gonna go to the vocal transformer, get the formant to like -3, but get this lower layer for the pre-drop vocal pretty low in the mix. To make it more clean before the drop, add those 2 volume automations. We're almost done, but in the second drop there's 2 more things. This vocal snare support thing, which I've also put in the pack. So you can just drag and drop that in again. So just put that on every, like, on, you know where to put it. Come on, I don't have to explain. And then last but not least, in the second drop, there's also this top lead going on, which I've also included in the pack. Then finally, after putting the acapella into the track and after doing some mastering, this is the final result. Enjoy and thanks for watching. Hear the rumble. Hear the rumble, yeah, yeah. Hear the
run for them life. When I step into the jungle, said they wanna group up. They better move up, never gonna win a Royal Rumble. But when I come through, you know what I love to. I send shots for your team and leader. I make a witness decide to vacate. The war's getting sweet just like a Ribena. Yo, listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle. Yo, listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle. Hear the rumble.